Certain people, they have only their managerial provision. They don't have. They have only to motivate people. And I said, look, it is your job to motivate people. If you go there, you encourage them. It will be very nice. So now he is happy. I do not know whether now he has stopped or he is continuing. I told him that you have to continue. So my answer to you, sir, is that you must try to find out occasions where you speak. And prepare like Steve Jobs. And then you will not have any trouble. And create a strong desire. Thinking that how a non-singer could sing with the desire. But listening to the same song. So technique you must, somebody must guide you. So that's why you are here.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So therefore, I say prepare, don't be afraid, and you will be able to do very well. There is no doubt about it. But not only preparation, I think practice is also essential.
Lisa, there is a beautiful saying by Mark Twain that the so-called impromptu speeches, they are the most rehearsed one.
Absolutely right. Modi appears that he is speaking just. Modi rehearses those speeches. Somebody writes, so he connects. He goes to Andhra Pradesh. The Andhra Pradesh flavor will be there in his speech. He goes to Assam, different flavor. There. But then after some time, preparation is very easy. And since you enjoy, so anything which you enjoy, I think you learn fast. I hope you are enjoying. So, particularly when you, yesterday in the evening, I think most of you spoke very well in that debate. So when I discussed with Amit, I said, look, the finest thing, he told me, finest thing is nobody repeated that. Otherwise there is a lot of repetition. In both the debates there was no repetition. One team, each person is speaking one point. So it was very nice. Yes. Now who will make a speech? Speech on stage fright. You come. I think 2-3 persons you should speak.
Good morning, friends. Yeah, I'm going to talk about how we can overcome stage fright. It is sometimes I've experienced myself that what sir has said, that it's basically not fright, but it's a heightened feeling, and one can only overcome it by getting into it. And it's something very similar, like diving into a swimming pool. Initially you are afraid, but as soon as you take a dive and you feel that, oh, it was something that you should do it again. And I have tried things like skydiving, and again that was also a similar feeling. So stage fright is always, I feel, will be accompanied by a heightened feeling before you start. But the more we are prepared, the more relaxed while we are talking, we will be able to do a great job. And regarding fear, as some of my friends over here have said, I would like to share a small instance that happened in my life. One instance was a few years back, in 2009. I was doing real estate transactions in Goa, and one of the transactions was not happening, and the real estate broker who was on the other side, he was a kind of a goon over there, and he threatened me that you will not be able to leave Goa and I'll chop you off and all that stuff. So I was afraid, since I was the only one who was doing transactions over there. I told him, where are you right now? And he said, I told him, you meet me outside Kolva beach, don't talk on the phone. So then after putting the phone, I said, oh, I've made a mistake. Why did I call him, and why am I getting into trouble? And to an extent where even my legs were shivering at that point in time. But I said, let me wait, let me speak with him, what he has to say, and why is he so perturbed. I waited over there, and he came, and I smiled and I started cracking jokes and all. And very soon I realized that even he had mellowed down, and he was not that angry then. So that fear of, I was at one point in time I was feared that, oh my God, he's going to hit me hard and all that stuff. So it is a similar feeling before we enter into any kind of speaking. And there was one more feeling, instance some time back, wherein in my land in Virar, one of the goons over there, he threatened me that you try and come to your land now, I'll run a truck over you and all that stuff. So, and I was really afraid, and I don't have, I don't keep any guards or something of that sort. So next day morning I said, he has threatened me, so let me go on to the site and see what happens. So I went alone, and that was a Sunday, so driver was not there, I was alone by myself. I went and I waited at my side and nobody came. So then I realized that most of the fear is what is created in our minds, and people just try to scare us, or a stage will try to scare you, or it can be a stage, it can be anything that you face in life. So once it scares you and you let the scare get over you, then you lose. But if you get over the feeling of fear, then you definitely come out winning. So there should be no stage fear. You should be at ease with yourself, and then people will start enjoying whatever you talk about. Thank you so much.
Good, give me a big hand. Yes, anyone else? Yes, please.
One of the lessons that I'd like to practice to take away stage fright is, when you are on stage, when I come on stage, I must try to compose myself and take my own time to collect my thoughts, to have a good look at the audience, to connect with them and speak to them as if on one rather than speak to a group. Also, when we look at persons in their eyes, speak to them as if you're speaking to one person. We are able to take away the let me actually do that. When I look at a person, so I'm actually addressing that person, and when I have no problem speaking to one person or few persons, and when I'm vis-a-vis, when I'm talking to a lot of persons at the same time, so when I convert that difficulty, when I speak to a lot of persons, to simplifying that by addressing only to a few persons. So here I'm talking about using our mental faculties to defeat the difficulty, to solve it, and make yourself more comfortable. Now let me do that properly. What I'm trying to say is, actually I'm sharing with you one of the ways that I want to improve my public speaking abilities. So if you're all with me here, I'm asking you, are you with me on this?
Yes, yes.
Normally what happens is, even, let me go away a little bit here. When we are writing, I'm in the field of writing. When I'm writing to a single person, I can be more comfortable writing an email. But when I'm thinking of writing something for public consumption, I have a lot of inhibitions. I have to prepare better. I have to see to it that it addresses the needs of many persons. Many persons, many questions, I have to see that they are addressed, and there are less of criticism. There is less of criticism for the writing that I publish. What happens is, a writing block happens when I think of writing for the mass. But if I think, no, I'm not writing for the mass, I'm writing for a particular audience or very small audience, and I'm trying to address those needs, I will be able to compose my thoughts, and I will be able to direct myself as if I'm writing a small email. and then when I afterwards, the second draft and the third draft, I revise it, I publish it, then I'm satisfied with that product myself. Now, the thing is, where also I would like to share, I think I made my point. Am I? Have I?
Yes.
Vikram is not listening. Vikram Chauhan, captain. You're Vikram? You're Vikram?
Yes, no, my name is Satish, but I was become yesterday.
What is your name?
Santosh.
Okay, Santosh. So Santosh was engrossed with his notes there. So the next point is, also I want to say this. When we come here, like a cricket player for a test match, I'm more of the times of the test match kind, where for some few overs, the cricketer needs to get settled. Say 5-6 overs. After 5-6, after the person has settled for 5 overs, 10 overs and scored some 20 runs, then that person has a better chance of settling down and going on to compete a 50 and maybe even 100. And then it becomes difficult for that person to be made out. Similarly, when we come here to the stage to speak, initially we have a lot of heightened feeling that we have to survive the first few minutes. And in the first few minutes, we need to recollect our thoughts, get composed, also look confident, and not look intimidated and things like that. But after some time, that those tensions, or rather those challenges, slowly disappear. They melt away. So what we need to do as we speak, we become public speakers or better at speaking or performing before audiences, is we need to fight those initial moments the best way we can, and not to think of the negatives or the fears that we talked about and discussed a lot yesterday and today. What I think Sir has insisted upon is not at all to have the word FEAR in our dictionaries and substitute it with heightened feeling, rather, if you want to call it that. Okay. One more thing, one example I've given, one more I'd like to say here is, you want to settle down. There is in history, there's a person called Ranjit Singh Ji, who used to be very scared of fast bowling. And Ranjit Singh Ji used to be a prince. And he was, later on, he became a very good cricketer. And how he became is, his leg was tied, to the stumps for practice. And then bowlers would keep bowling. And the more he faced fast bowl, he would not. Initially, he would stand in the crease, and when fast bowler would come, he would run away from the crease. And to make him make him stand there, stick there, he practiced by tying himself up to the stumps. Similarly, if one of our problems is in front of an audience, is to be composed or to fight those initial moments and get enough time to settle down, then I think we can start with tying ourselves to the post here. So this is what I want to share with you. Maybe I can speak later some more thoughts as I get motivated with some persons.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Today I came here, first stage here, to speak to stage fear, against stage fear. I have stage fear, but even though today I came in front to speak, regarding stage fear, I have falling doubts. When you go to the stage fear in front of the people, first of all, that doubt comes, it is all people highly profiled. Where I will stand, where they will underestimate me, where they will accept me or reject me, I don't know. That is the question mark. And that where I will be appearing before them, so in a really active mode or really acceptable mode, I don't know. So that is one question. Fear always comes in my mind. When walking on the road also there is a fear. But I am making some daring here to come in front of you. That's my fear. Slowly just dropping. Yeah. So that's my point. And when stage fear, I will start preparation first because there is no structure in my life. Everybody has to prepare structure. That I got here at this point today. Preparation is structure, some planning. क्या आपको बनना है, आगे बन के क्या करना है. Suddenly you cannot change your track in life. So that's why actually not a casual way to work in any field. Some future you create and you plan. That's only it can be possible. So I today came in front of you to speak few words about stage fear. I'll speak slowly better than this. If I more practice and confidence, because my education level also is at that level. But even though I'm standing in front of you, that's good for me. That's more confidential. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Don't have any kind of feeling. Okay, I am inferior. Some people, most of these guys, they are dropouts. How successful they are? Yes. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and so many other examples. So you should not have that. You should have just one desire. I have to forge it. Then you should have goals. I have not talked about goals because goals also we will talk about it a little bit. Create a goal. In the public speaking also create a goal that you want applause. I like applause. You want people should give you standing ovation. Maybe first time they will not because you are not adequately prepared. But if you definitely decide, okay, I'll do anything what it takes, that kind of passion is required. And once passion is there, I tell you, nothing will stop you. And secondly, public speaking is such that it will give you exhilaration. It will raise your confidence, raise your self-esteem, and these days it is very helpful because everywhere you have to do presentation. People at all levels they have to do presentation. But again, I come back to the desire. So, desire and decision. And some risk is always there in life. Nothing is absolutely foolproof.